Well, fuck, I was in a fight, and I didn't know I was stabbed in the liver and the lung. I walked away with my friend and collapsed in an alley. I remember bleeding out with calming waves of euphoria washing over me, and I thought, I've lived enough, I'm up with this. I blacked out and woke up in the back of an ambulance with waves of immense pain assaulting my body. Dying isn't awful. Surviving is awful. I was 16 years old. I had my lower right wisdom tooth come in and it broke, the tooth next to it, that caused an abscess, which led to an infection in my jaw bone. I was taken to there by my mother because she thought I had some sort of locked jaw because I couldn't open my mouth. It was so swollen. The doctor told her that I couldn't be treated there, and so I was ambulanced to another hospital an hour away. I remember slipping in and out consciousness, getting prepped for the surgery, and having my dad there. The last thing I remember thinking was that I didn't want to go yet. I would make so many people devastated if I died. I remember crying before, and my dad just calmed me down and told me he loved me. I recovered in the hospital for a month, got a visit from my then boyfriend, now husband, missed high school finals of that year, and was discharged on Christmas Eve. I pictured my husband coming home to an empty house, and I desperately hoped people would reach out and make sure he was all. Couldn't stand the thought of him being alone. I thought I was having a drug overdose. I just remember thinking how disappointed my mum was going to be with me. Funny, for lack of a better word, story. When I was 10, my family went to Florida on vacation with some other extended family. There was a plan where my parents went back home a few days before my brother and I so we could stay longer with my aunt and cousin. It was my first time travelling with just my older brother and my second time on a plane, the first being the trip there. Coming into Logan Airport, our airplane started to fall out of the sky, quite literally. Apparently it only happened for about 3 to 5 seconds. But the pressure made the oxygen mask fall from the ceiling. I'd seen enough movies at that point to know that basically meant we were going to die. I was for sure crying and freaking out, like everyone else on the aircraft. For sure the most frightening experience of my life, bar none. But I distinctly remember thinking I'm never going to get to finish my Age of Empires 2 campaign. So a video game was ostensibly my last. Who is holding me underwater. I almost passed out. I didn't even know the kid. Everything is so slow, and I can't move. Anaphylactic shock right before losing consciousness. I'm so tired. I wish these doctors would let me sleep. A little over 10 years ago, I had the Widowmaker heart attack. I spent the first day in the hospital with a balloon pump assisting my heart to help me stay alive until they could perform the surgery the next day. They told my wife that my chances of surviving were only about 20%. I had the priest in family, the whole 9 yards. In the morning, as they wheeled me into the operating room, I was doing the Monty Python bit and get the machine that goes ping. In case the administrator comes by with the surgical nurse, who was also a fan. The look on the surgeon's face was priceless, and I was chuckling as I went under. My last thoughts were full. We got this. The surgeon later told me that I was the only patient in his entire career that came into his operating room laughing, but that my attitude may have been a large factor in my survival.